So, I'm outside in the back garden beneath all my fruit trees, which are starting to blossom and leaf. And what I want to do is I want to plant some beans. Now, at the allotment we grow mainly from plant because we don't have the facilities to grow from seed. For seeds you need to have greenhouses and the likes, and we don't have a greenhouse at all. My parents have a conservatory. I have a tiny little lobby in the front porch, which is quite a sun trap, and it gets quite warm, so I can usually grow 2 or 3 pots of things, which isn't really worthwhile. However, I started checking all the garden centres in March, and one of them I found pick your own sort of beans, magic beans. There is a white bean there. These are types of runner beans and French beans. I have a few different types. There was that one that was white. What was this one? Oh, that was interesting. I mean, look at the colour. Look at the colour of that. It's sort of brown with little sort of ochre orange spots on it. I think that's another form of runner, that one. I've got some broad beans. Those are the broad beans. You see they're quite large, those. And so these must be the little French beans. And I think these are like, yes, they're like those former runners, except they are much, much smaller. There. Oops. Oh. That one's gone into the garden. We'll have a bean plant later on this year. There you are, you see, that one's quite small. Now, whether these grow or not, and whether they end up in the allotment, who knows? But I could not resist sticking my hands in the bowl, scooping a few out, and buying them. They don't cost an awful lot. So I bought them back here, and then I had an issue, didn't I? Because compost, how the hell do I get compost? Not very easy. I don't have transport, despite the fact that I've got a B&Q sitting not very far down there. Today I discovered in town something very clever, and it looks like this. Believe it or not, that is 10 litres, according to the packaging anyway, of compost. And basically it's dehydrated, and you pour water onto the bag, well, in the bag, and it expands. Have a sherbet lemon or something, and when you come back it's grown exponentially. So I have one here. Here is the bag. You can see that I've opened it, and inside you literally just have a block of what looks like sort of, you know, that is going to turn into my compost. If I can get it back into the bag properly. Now I need 3 litres of water to transform this, and I already have 2. My trusty little water bottle here, that holds 2, so I need 1.5 of these, and I'm going to pour this first one on. You'll only be able to hear, I'm afraid. God help me if there's a tear in the bag and it all leaks. No, we seem to be holding so far, which is good. Before my very eyes this thing is already expanding. It's like a sponge and sucking up all the water. So there we are. Gosh, it expands really quickly. It's like a sponge, it just goes. Just need to get myself another half, and then we'll see what it looks like after I've had a few sherbet lemons, and see if we can't plant some of these beans. It worked, actually, surprisingly enough. That's what it looks like now. And it's not as wet as you think. It seems to have absorbed extremely sort of well, and it's yes, it's not bad. It's certainly good enough for this, because I have no idea really if this is sort of going to work or not. Anyway, there we are. I'm going to fill my first pot I think I shall have enough to do the 3 pots that I want here, 1 of each. Or was there 4? I think there was 4 actually, wasn't there? So we need to have enough for 4 pots, but that's not too bad. Well, that's 1 pot done. Sorry, you can only see the top of my head. I'm not sure you can even see that. This, I don't really have the garden to do this yet. Not easily so that you can see what's going on, but there we are. Never mind. At least you know I'm doing something. There we are. It's pot number 2. So it is, it's moister towards the bottom. It is moister towards the bottom. But actually it's done surprisingly well. And I have another one here which I haven't even used. Apparently it's peat free. Pretty much balanced pH, so it can't be that bad. There we are. Probably put that on the rest of the front terrace. There we are, that's what's left, and that's sort of about the size that it was when it was sort of dried. Now, first I've got these. These are my large runners. We'll choose the biggest pot for them, I think. These will either grow or they won't. There we are. And as I say, if we don't, if it doesn't matter too much, because I can buy some like I did last year as sort of seedlings as mature plants. So is just for fun more than anything, just because when I was passing through I saw them, they were all in little bowls like they sell seed potatoes or onion sets. Got quite a few of these, so I probably won't plant them all. These are the broad beans. Probably only got room for about 4 of those in here. If none of these come up, I might plant more of them anyway. I seem to have chosen rather a number of broad beans, I don't know why. Next one. These are the little French beans. Quite a number of them as well. And they are smaller than the rest. Be interested. I can't wait to see if any of these actually grow or not. There we are. Got some of those left over as well. And the other ones were the white ones, which will be some kind of runner. But I didn't get many of them. I got them because they were an interesting colour. Only 4. 4 of my magic beans. I don't know if you can see them. There we are. Pop them in. I will give those a quick water, even though it's not exactly dry. I will give those a quick water and then I'll pop them in the front and see what becomes of them. We'll keep track of them as they grow.